somebody mentioned, what about bikes? Really healthy way to get fit. And it sort of stemmed from there. And that's when the gift aid application came in. So I thought, right, let's put an application in for bikes. So I'd asked Nikki to do that.
We set up the Davy Street bike group after discussions with some service users who used to be on bikes when they were younger but haven't been for a long time. We also decided after the group discussion it would be good for making the quality theme 1.3, meeting service users' health and wellbeing. We took into consideration health and safety aspects. We spoke to Ian Hodge-Neil, Robin Ray and set up risk assessments, made sure we had all the safety aspects in place such as high-vis vests, safety helmets and a good staff to service user ratio.
The service users are really enjoying it. Some people don't do it at all. Some people have had to try and they don't like it, and some people just love it and they're back every week.
I haven't been on a bike for years, so that was my first time. So it was quite good and I enjoyed it. I might go on it again.
It gets me out of the house type thing. It's exercise. Like myself and another service user, a couple of weeks, I think it was past Saturday, did a cycle group to Tesmurabag.
Feedback from service users' families has been excellent, and they're delighted that it's another thing that we're providing.
It's obviously been beneficial for the guys, the service users getting on the bikes, because it's given them opportunities. Perhaps they wouldn't have to make new friends because they wouldn't necessarily see the other service users if they weren't involved in the bike group. So coming on the bike group has been beneficial for them to see them and build new friendships. Also they're keeping themselves nice, healthy and fit. They're doing sometimes 14 miles on the bike, which is quite a good distance for them. Neil asked me to bring my bike to work one day and we cycled to Arbroath all the way back. Neil actually done better than me, he's a lot fitter than me, so 40 miles is a lot going, and I just went home and collapsed on my bed that night. I'm not sure about Neil, but I was absolutely knackered.
I've been part of this riding group on the bikes. It's just for me to learn this new bike, and it's fantastic how I go places like Canusty and Barry, and I went over to Tankmuir with the bike group and it was amazing.
Staff have worked really hard to make this happen. They're an excellent team. They've worked really hard through the whole process and just made it happen.
Loving life, that's what Kirsty Brown, the support practitioner at Milton Street, said when I asked how Eamond was doing on one of my visits to the service. Eamond has profound and multiple needs and no verbal communication, and he came to stay at Milton Street in September 2012. It was evident that Eamond's garden was really special to him, and unfortunately there was not lots of things in the garden. He had grass and a fence, and that was all. Following staff discussion, it was thought that a nice sensory garden or a special garden would be good for Eamond, but the staff wanted Eamond to be central to everything that was being done. Unfortunately, in December 2014, Eamond became unwell and was admitted to Nine Wells Hospital. His health deteriorated and he was critically unwell. In April 2015, Eamond was discharged. However, his health had changed and it was really questionable whether he would come back to the Milton Street service. Staff were really keen for to learn new skills and be in a position where they can deliver the support that had now been identified for Eamond. Staff continued, as before, going around B&Q, looking at plants, looking at garden furniture, looking at everything that's bright and colourful. He's very eclectic in what he likes. So we got a couple of quotes from landscape gardeners, but it didn't really seem to be Eamond's garden because things were not being thought as the way that we wanted it for Eamond. And then one day, Lynn, who's central to the garden project, had a eureka moment and thought community payback. Community payback team leader met with Lynn and there was lots of meetings. I remember lots of meetings, lots of discussions, lots of risk assessments, but it was actually finally sealed that the community payback would start the garden project in the spring of 2016. Eamon has been there, I think he's the gaffer, and when people are doing a good job they're getting the thumbs up. Everything is very Eamon. It is Eamon's garden. The staff within Gowrie Care do a really good job, and everybody goes that extra mile, and it's nice that we can recognise that they are going that extra mile. 50% of the team have no experience in care until they came to Milton Street, and I think over the last 18 months, 2 years, they have definitely shown their qualities and their values and the fact that they really do care. And that, yeah, I think they probably put the care in Gowrie Care, and that's how it's so special for me to be able to nominate the Milton Street team.
I was inspired to nominate Silver Way because I'm fairly new to Silver Way, and when I became assistant manager here I was inspired by all the groups that they do to include the service users and the outcomes for them. A lot of the groups that we have been outstanding at Silver Way, but we'll have some new groups now which are through the request of the service users through the regular monthly service users meetings. One of the groups that's new is belly dancing. There's another one that's new to Silver Way, and this is a memories group, and they love to share their stories about their families.
Well, I joined Silver Way back in 2012, and I was very quiet towards when I started, and then I got really involved. It's made a lot of difference. I'm much more confident than I was before.
One of our most popular groups at Silver Way is Funky Junk Group. This is where they take items that would usually be recycled and they make them into something that they can use.
So we started the Funky Junk Group as a way of making sustainability a little bit more exciting and easier to explain. So when we've been using glass jars, we're turning them into something else, which is to hold our pens or things like that. But at the same time, it's given a visual sort of cue, right? So the glass jars, so we're using the glass jars, collect them in, they have to wash them, and then we talk about, which bin would these go in.
We do it with Barry, we do Funky Junk, make something like a big make a scarecrow.
All our service users live in their own flats, so this is a communal lounge where we do like all the other group activities that we've got, and it's nice for everyone to come together and we can sort of display the work that we do out in the communal garden, which is what we plan to do with our mosaic butterflies.
The staff team work very hard to provide an active and varied programme for the service users to be involved in, and this also takes into account the very different wants and needs and preferences of all the people that we support at Silver Way and within the outreach services that we provide. Staff at Silver Way feel that this is all in a day's work, but I feel that they go above and beyond to achieve these groups, which helps the service users have active lives.